Now this is the template for this set of 3D snowflakes, but as you can see it's a star shape it starts off with, then you've got the little arms that fold in. Now that design creates these kind of star snowflakes. Now that one's done. Now the interesting thing about this as well is this one actually uses the back and the front. Now I've just used one background paper for this, so when you fold it over you're left with the white side on the back showing, which makes it really nice. It contrasts. But if you're very clever, like we're going to make a project in a minute, what I've done, I printed one colour onto this piece of paper and the design, and then the opposite side I printed another colour. So later we're going to have a two-tone star, but that's all entirely up to you. So that is the largest star snowflake that you're going to be able to make. There is your template. You can either use that as a template or print directly on. Then this is the next size there. You can see there's the next size there. And then over on this side we have the next size, going down smaller and smaller. And don't forget, they give you a 3D look, but you can press them down and use them flat. That is the next one there. The next size is this one here, and it goes down bit by bit, as you can see. And you can see all the different background papers I've used. And finally you end up with that little one. If I just move that away, you can see how that finally finishes. Now I'm going to show you how easy that is to put together. Now as you can see, as I said earlier on, I've actually printed the pattern, the template, onto the back of this piece of paper, and I also printed a different colour on the other side. Now as you can see, you've got straight lines, you've also got dotted lines here too. Now the dotted lines are where the folds are going to be. Now I always find it easier if you cut out, well, if you actually crease the folds before you cut it out, it makes life so much easier. So all you've got to do is take an embossing tool or a blunt instrument tool and just crease along there, just give a little indentation. Got a cutting mat underneath, and you just literally line that up with a ruler and just crease those sections there. Now all you have to do is cut it out. Now what I find easiest is if you've got all this excess paper here, cut this out first. Now you can save those and make smaller ones with it, or use them in other crafting. Don't waste anything, you're a crafter. So before I mess them up, I'm going to cut these back. I'm going to keep them in my scrap box for all those little jobs that you want where you don't want to cut into your large sheet of paper. Now all you've got to do is decide which side you want to cut. I'm going to cut on the inside of this black line and just cut the star out. Now as you're cutting, you've also got to remember on this one, it's not just cutting around the outside, you need to cut down the inside. Where there's any straight lines, you just cut up to where the crease line's going to be. So as you go along, cut out the outside. You might want to cut out the outside first and then do the inside ones, but I do them as I go along. It's up to you. Now the template has been cut out, and the only folds you have to do are these 5 here. Very, very simple. All you've got to do is make sure you keep going in the right direction. So the first one just folds over there like so, and just crease it nice and strong along the edge there. Then all you've got to do is turn it round, and that one folds over there like that. And then the next one, just turn it round, and that folds over there like that. And you can see how it's building up the design. And again, lift this one up, fold. I always like to get the folding done first, and then it's easier to slot underneath. And then turn this one round again, lift these up, just slot it underneath before you fold it there, and then just crease it before you press it down, and that automatically, without any glue or anything, turns into the star. As you can see, you've got that lovely 3D looking star there. Now you could stick 2 of those together, you could create lots of different effects. You could even put one on top of another and just create, you know, different images as you're going along. So you could do lots of 3D work with these, but that is very simple how to create that lovely star snowflake.